Okay folks, welcome back to the channel and to Final Fantasy VII of course. So today's tip comes courtesy of Red Mario 13 Naniki36 who shared it in the live stream. So I'm going to be showing you how you can get enemy encounters that give you a whole ton of gil fairly early on in Final Fantasy VII. So this is available when going through the Coral Desert bit, so when you're still in the prison, can't actually access the world map. Now the thing is, if you run around the desert, most of the time you're going to encounter those landworm creatures that you just saw, and I recommend just running from them. There's not a whole lot you can do with those. You can get turbo ethers, I believe, but there's easier sources for those items. However, another creature you can encounter, which is slightly rarer than the landworm, is the good old-fashioned Final Fantasy Cactuar. And let's be honest, it's tradition, isn't it, in Final Fantasy, that the Cactuar is an enemy that you can farm from. Now, sometimes in Final Fantasy games, they're good for experience, sometimes they're good for leveling abilities. In Final Fantasy VII, they're good for gil. And that's about it. So they won't give you any experience, they'll give you very little experience, and they won't give you much AP towards your materia. But what they will give you is 10,000 gil per Cactuar, which is an insane amount for a single enemy, especially at this stage of the game. One thing to note is that pretty much most of the attacks I discovered do miss them, even limit breaks, which is kind of annoying. However, you should by this point have access to the Matra Magic enemy skill, which is guaranteed to hit them and always one-shots them. So as soon as battle starts, just begin by using that particular enemy skill, Matra Magic, and it will be over in no time at all. Again, thanks to Red Mario for that little tip there. And the only final thing I want to mention here is whether this farm is actually worth it. Well, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that, like I say, there's just no other creature in the game, at least not that I know of at this stage, that gives such a whopping amount of gil. So if you want to make gil fast, it's a fairly nice method. However, later on, there's going to be a time where we are going to be making far superior amounts of gil than we are from this particular enemy by selling the Master All materia. But that's not going to begin until we actually start mastering those materia, and we're not particularly near that particular stage just yet. So this is a great alternative just to get you a little bit of gil to see you on your way, especially if you want to buy the Gold Saucer Lifetime Pass, as I do the Fort Condor battles, and just do some general day-to-day shopping. However, another thing to note is that I'm going to be showing you an experience farm in Junon in an upcoming episode, very close actually to where we are now. And we're going to be getting quite a bit of gil from doing that farm anyway. Not 10,000 per battle, we're actually there for the experience and the AP, but even so, we are still going to be getting quite a lot of gil, just, you know, as we go ahead and farm for levels. So you might want to bear that in mind as well. But once you leave this area, as far as I know, you cannot come back and fight these Cactuars. So if you do want to get some gil, now's the time to do so. Okay, folks, well, enjoy the rest of the day. I hope I'll see you soon for more FF7. Goodbye.